Okay, so we're going to talk about 9-5, and it is base E. There we go. It is. It's talking about base E. So at this point, we've talked about common logs and things. So this is an addition and logarithms. Let me use my space. So there's a little E on your calculator. We're going to look at that in a little bit, and that's what you're going to use for this. It's the natural base, and another abbreviation for it is also LN, okay? And you're going to learn in this section as well how to use both of those and the benefits of them. But the first few examples we're going to work through is just simply the first few, we're going to evaluate the natural E expression. So let's say if I want to evaluate e to the second power, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, let's clear this. I'm going to actually find my E on the calculator. So I know you have that by now. And I'm not sure how your calculator works, but you should probably have a squared key. I don't, so I'm going to hit this. And I'm going to do E squared and equals. How do I finish, or how do I express that? It's not an equal, it's actually is approximate, okay? So it's this little wavy thing there, it's approximating. And I'm going to actually be rounding off, so it's going to be approximately 7.389, and remember we round off 4 places behind. So in this case, that 0 will come 1 up. So 7.3891. Okay.
How come this is approximate all the time?
Because it's a non-repeating, non-terminating decimal. So
it's irrational, like pi.
Yes, irrational, and they all are real, so you're fine. So let's do just one more, just to see, make sure you got it. It's really simple. I don't want to, hurt your feelings about something so simple. E to the 5th, we're just going to you're going to put that E in the calculator again, and to the 5th power. There we go, 148,41315. So because that 5 has a, well, we're going to round the 1 up to a 2. Okay?
1, 3.
So it's approximately, my mind, it's approximately 148.41. 148.413, and I believe we said we're rounding it up to 2. All right, there we go. There's the 2. Okay, so that was pretty easy. And that's how you're going to use your E for this particular section of the natural base E. You're also going to evaluate natural logarithm expressions. So you're going to see the abbreviated, the LN here instead of the E. Can I raise that? Let's see if I can get a little more space here on my board. Keep your calculator. Calculator for this section is going to be very beneficial. It's going to do a lot of the work for you. Let's take LN4, and we are evaluating at this point. And all you're going to do again is use that calculator, and you're going to find your LN key, okay? I got this little wonderful calculator from the internet. So LN, and then you're going to enter the 4, and you might want to close your parentheses. Not a big deal, but let's get used to doing things the right way. Hit the equal sign. And again, we're going to round off 4 decimal spaces. So 1.386, and that 2 is going to become a 3. And this also is approximately 1.3863. Okay. So I don't want to waste a lot of time on this, because this is the easy stuff. The first thing we did with E is we evaluated the natural base E expression, and then we just evaluated the natural logarithmic expression. Let's write equivalent expressions. That one is really, really important. Let's extend our page here. And I want to literally say that we're going to write, isn't that yellow? cubed. Write equivalent expressions. Okay, so we're going to write equivalent expressions, and we're taking e to the x equals 5 to do that, okay? This is going to be based on the fact, and some things you just have to accept the fact, that ln x is actually equal to log base e of x. Okay. So this may be a good time to talk about, it's the same thing as converting pretty much your exponential to your logarithm equation and then your logarithmic equations to exponential. They both kind of go back and forth to each other. Okay. We think that's a...
Because natural log and e is the same as, their inverse of each other is the same as if I do, you know, the fact that log base 6 of 36 is 2, saying that that's 6 squared equals 36. We're going to find that this is the natural log, or the log base e of 5 equals x. When you calculate that, natural log of 5 equals x is what we're going to calculate in the calculator. I did that already. 1.6094. You didn't want to do?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's because it's cool to calculate it. And most of our focus is we want to understand how we can go from here to here. And why is because of this particular fact there. Okay?
So saying that the natural log of 5 equals 1.6094 is the same as saying that e to the 1.6094 is going to be about 5.
Okay.
Let's check. E to the 1.60.
Remember, it's approximate, so we're going to get close. There we go. 4.99. Can't get too much closer to 5 than that, so we're good.
Do another one for me, Ms. Baker.
All right.
Let's do conversion.
Be happy to. So let's do e to the x equals 6. Okay. So again, because of this one fact here, I can go ahead and rewrite it as log base e of 6 is equal to x. Okay. And this fact right here, log base e, allows me to say that the ln of 6 is equal to x. Okay. And we're not going to do a lot of the, we're not going to do the calculation. I'll save that for you because we proved it in a previous step. But let's just say, for the sake of time, we have a few more minutes. Let's just say that I was given, how we say this again, Mr. Baker?
Natural log?
The natural log. He says it's better than me. Let's say that we were giving the approximation of that. Let's say that we was giving that was approximately 0.6931. Okay. Well, again, using that fact that we just talked about, what is the ways that we can actually rewrite that? Okay. And we just go ahead and we can switch that right on back, and we can do that. The log. Let me go down a little bit more. Log base e of x, and we can say that it is equivalent to this 0.6931. So it's going to go back and forth, because of the very fact that they're equivalent to one another. So all we're doing now is rewriting the expression. Of course, you have enough knowledge to put that in the calculator and check and see if what is e to the 0.6931. But that should do it for the first 2 objectives, 2 or 3 objectives of 9-5.